So then, we might only be 1 week into the new Premier League season, but is it too early to get excited about Sunderland's chances of staying up? Maybe, maybe not. Let's talk about it. Hello guys and welcome back to yet another video. Today we are talking about Sunderland. What a fantastic return to the Premier League for them this weekend. Guys, if you were at the game, let us know your thoughts, or if you're just a Sunderland fan in general, feel free to get involved. Even if you are not a Sunderland fan, get in the comments. Is this a result that highlights how good Sunderland are or how bad West Ham are? Let's see what you guys have to say. Be sure to support the video. We'll go for 1,000 likes. Be sure to hit the subscribe button as well. It takes 2 seconds and it's massively appreciated. We are back with Premier League Week 2 predictions on the channel tomorrow with Sophie. So let's get the table up. And yes, I know it's only one game, but look, let's let the Sunderland fans enjoy it for now. And who knows, they might still be in the top 2 after game week 2 and game week 3. We're going to talk about their fixtures in due course, but let's start by talking about Sunderland 3, West Ham United 0. How about that? And once again, Sunderland proving lots of people wrong, including myself. They love to make me look like an idiot, although that is probably me doing that to myself as well. I predicted a 2-2 draw for Sunderland versus West Ham. I have been quite excited by Sunderland's transfer activity. They've brought in so many players, especially going forwards. It's really exciting. I still have 1 or 2 reservations over them defensively, and I still think with the transfer window being open, they will address that and they will get more depth. But I thought they'd give West Ham a good game, and West Ham are an established Premier League team. Certainly don't have continuity with Graham Potter, and there are question marks about them, but I thought these two would kind of cancel each other out. And how wrong was I? I mean, in fairness, they were drawing at half-time, and I was checking up on the stats on this one on the way back from Derby County, and I saw it was 0-0. West Ham had had a couple chances, and I was thinking, oh, are Sunderland going to lose their opening game? No. Of course, they came out in the second half, and they were fantastic going forwards. A couple great goals from Isidore and Mayenda, and of course, we need to talk about Dan Ballard, another fantastic header from him, and those scenes at Sunderland. The atmosphere was absolutely fantastic. As I have said, Sunderland have been really proactive in the transfer window, bringing in 10 or 11 players, but it really was the players that brought them up from the Championship that stood out and were the real stars at the weekend, getting the goals. I do think Granit Xhaka deserves an honourable mention. I thought he was fantastic. He really read the game well, and I think he's only going to go on to get better as this team gets to know each other even more. I think the goalkeeper needs a quick mention, obviously keeping a clean sheet, made a couple of decent saves, and as I've said before, I don't think Sunderland are going to have any problems going forwards. My reservations over Sunderland were defensively and possibly with the goalkeeping department, but what a boost for the confidence getting a clean sheet in that opening game will be. Regis Labrie is, of course, another reason why some people have been getting excited about Sunderland coming into this season, because he proved so many people wrong in the Championship last season, and he's got a real adaptability to him. Like the way that the game changed from the first half to the second half, how Sunderland were absorbing pressure and then went for it and stunned West Ham. They did that, of course, in the playoffs. And I mean, who looked like the Premier League established team? It was Sunderland. You would think that West Ham United were the team that had just come up from the Championship. So, like I say, fair play to Regis Labrie. Got this spot on. The players were absolutely fantastic. And what an encouraging start for Sunderland, because not just to win, but to win in such a way that you've boosted the goal difference, you've boosted the confidence. And as I say, the Sunderland fans are all going to be absolutely high on life right now going into the next couple of games. Can you ride that momentum going forwards? I mean, I saw Sunderland fans after the playoff semi-final game against Coventry, when Dan Ballard got that goal, they were saying, that's the loudest I've ever heard the Stadium of Light. And that does kill me inside as a Coventry fan that it happened against us. However, it might get trumped this season, because some of those scenes we saw when Sunderland scored those 3 goals against West Ham at the weekend, the fans were going absolutely mental. I mean, honestly, it felt like the stadium was going to fall down. There was such a racket going on. And Sunderland in general, I mean, what a great fan base, because we've said before, as a city, Sunderland's not even that big a city in terms of population compared to cities in Yorkshire, in the Midlands. They've got bigger populations, but Sunderland get bigger attendances. The other thing I need to say is Sunderland are definitely going to attract a lot of attention this season from neutrals as well, because if you look at the Sky Sports highlights viewing figures from the weekend, The Sunderland-West Ham game has more views than Manchester City winning 4-0 at Wolves and Arsenal winning 1-0 at Manchester United. I know those games might not sound as interesting, seeing as Sunderland were a newly promoted team, but let's not forget the global reach of the Manchester Uniteds and Arsenals of this world. So what an encouraging start. And yes, I get it. It could all come crashing back down to reality with a 2-0 away defeat to Burnley next. But let's actually move on to those fixtures and see if Sunderland can ride this good start out in a viable way, which might mean that they stay up. And by the way, when I say can Sunderland fans get excited, I'm not thinking right now about them getting top 10 or something. I mean, if you're a Sunderland fan and you think that, fair enough. Shoot for the stars, but I'm sure most of you, if you're being realistic, it's about 17th. Can you just stay up in this first season? So yeah, look at the table first of all. I mean, they're second in the table, 3 points plus 3 goal difference, brilliant. The next couple games are Burnley and Brentford. There is a cup game against Huddersfield, I think. I mean, the Sunderland fans probably don't care too much about that. It's all about the Premier League this season. Burnley, 3-0 defeat to Tottenham. Sunderland will go there with much more confidence and momentum. It did finish 0-0 at Turf Moor last season, but Sunderland missed 2 late penalties and there's no James Trafford to stop them this time. I don't want to give away my Premier League predictions for the weekend just yet, but I am struggling right now to see how Burnley win. Yes, they've got the home advantage, but as I say, Sunderland took 4 points off them last season and definitely have more momentum and positivity going for them at the moment. Then it's Brentford, and like I say, that is definitely winnable as well. Brentford didn't look great away at Forest, but of course Forest are a good team. Look, it's one game. As I've said before, the first few fixtures were definitely ones to get possibly excited about if you're a Sunderland fan, to start scoring points early, but you don't want to count your points before you've got them. But they have got 3 points so far and a very encouraging performance to go from. So what do I think? I mean, I really think four or 6 points is possible in the next couple. I'm curious, if you're a Sunderland fan, would you take a draw at Burnley? Keeps you at arm's length, or are you feeling greedy? Can you go and get 6 points from the first 2? I don't know, you've got to be ruthless in the Premier League, because Sunderland will want to cash in on these more winnable early fixtures before your Liverpools and Man Cities come to town. The other thing to take away from the opening weekend is how poor Wolves looked. Okay, they played Man City. How poor West Ham looked, and they played Sunderland. Brentford, not great, and they were the 3 teams I highlighted as possibly being drawn into trouble. I said that sort of before the season started, and I know it's only one game, and I don't want to get carried away, but I don't know. Have we seen a team that have come up over the last couple of years have as good a start as this? It's only one game, but yeah, let's just give it a couple more games and then maybe we can possibly get excited about the idea of a championship team staying up in the Premier League. It sounds like an alien concept, but it might happen. Let's also wait and see what Leeds United do tonight, because they are playing Everton on the day of recording this. Guys, share your thoughts. Can Sunderland buck the trend? Is it too early to get excited? Share your thoughts and more down in the comments. Thank you so much for all your brilliant support. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Let's see what Sunderland do next when they take on Burnley. But it was a brilliant start against West Ham, a great result, a great performance, and they're second in the table. Take care, everyone. Peace out.